Hey, what's up? Adam Chandler here in Colorado, and shooting this little video. I thought this would be a fun little training video that you could get a lot of value out of, a lot of golden nuggets. This is specifically a copywriting training, and I just had this idea to shoot this copywriting video to show you basically the email that I sent to my list this morning, that I sent to my email list, my opt-in list. So this is how I've communicated with my prospects, and this email so far, I just sent it out a couple hours ago, but it's already gotten about 110 opens. So 110 people have opened the email so far, and I've gotten about 18 people to click on the link. So I've had 18 click-throughs, about 110 people have opted in, or I'm sorry, 110 people have opened the email, which is the first thing that you want them to do in copywriting, right, is open your email. And then 18 people took action so far, and I just sent it out a couple hours ago. So I just want to thought this would be a cool way just to shoot this email copywriting training, show you some of the reasons that why I feel that this is working. And over the last couple of years, I've learned a lot about copywriting and how to write effective sales copy. And the proof is in the pudding. I'm definitely seeing the results, and I've learned a lot of really cool tricks, some of which I'm going to be sharing with you right now in this training video. So for you to get the most value out of this little training video, you have to have an email list. You have to have and be building an email opt-in list that you own and that you control, hosted either through like Aweber or GetResponse or something like that. And you have to be building this thing, and they have to be opt-ins. So I'm not talking about like a Gmail email list or anything here. We're talking about communicating with a list of prospects, people that have opted into your list. Now, if you do not have a list yet, then you're going to want to stay with me through this video, because in just a minute I'm going to show you how you can build a list and make some money in the process. So let's get right into it. So the email subject line here is Christmas money. So today is November. The date today is November 7th. Is it the 7th? Let me check real quick. Yes, today is November 7th. So people are starting to think about Christmas, right? So the subject line here being Christmas money. Really simple little question, really simple little headline. It's very curious. This is a very curious headline. That's why it's gotten a good amount of opens so far. And it's a question. So I'm asking a question. Christmas money ? So it just adds a little bit of intrigue and a little bit of curiosity. So let me just click on review, sent message. And by the way, you will have, if you're, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this exact email, my Aweber link to this exact email, so that you can take a look at it for yourself. Use it however you want. The only thing that I ask is that you don't blatantly plagiarize and just totally steal it, but just use the concepts and use it as an example. For the future, but don't just totally take it. One thing that you could do, that I've seen people do, if you wanted to, if you haven't done any copywriting and you want to use something that's effective, is you can send the same email if you're, say, promoting the same thing. If you want to switch out your link, put your link in there, or whatever. If you want to use the same thing, it's totally cool if you do that. If you just use like a little FWD, like you're forwarding, like, so for example, if you're in your Gmail and you just hit forward, then Gmail is going to send a little message that says FWD from Adam John Chandler at Gmail, or something like that, and it's going to basically give me credit for the for the email. And you can say, and I've done this a lot, and my team members and people have used this. It's a way to take somebody else's email, if it's effective and if it's written well, and put your own affiliate links in it if you're promoting the same thing, and then just saying, from the desk of Adam Chandler, from the desk of Jordan Schultz. So if you do that, it's okay to blatantly plagiarize, and it's okay if you're giving them credit, then it's not plagiarism, basically. So just wanted to throw this out there. Just don't try and pass this work off to your own, because I am making it very much accessible to you. So remember that the subject line was Christmas money, so I just say Happy Wednesday, and I like to do a little greeting, Happy Monday, Happy Wednesday, greetings from Fort Collins, Colorado. This is just things that I like to start my email subject lines with. If I'm traveling like I was last week, I could say greetings from Dallas, Texas, or and I think that also kind of promotes lifestyle and which is good as well. But simple little greeting, and then I said I'm back in Colorado. So I'm and I think, and one of the things that I thought about when I was creating this is the very first thing I'm saying is I'm back in Colorado. So if you've been reading my emails, you know that I just got back from Dallas, Texas. I was there for a marketing event, and if you read my emails, then you would know that. But this is kind of what I thought about is like, well, if I just say I'm back in Colorado, it just assumes that you read my emails. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you should just be a regular email reader. So I wasn't really thinking that when I wrote it, but looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And then I go right into saying the election is finally over. Remember, today's November 7th. The election was yesterday that I'm recording this video. So the election is finally over. So this is I'm immediately relatable. So you see what I'm saying here? Because everybody's just sick of hearing about the election, right? So I'm immediately relatable. I'm saying I'm back in Colorado. The election is finally over. Thank God, right? Do you see how there's an immediate connection there if you're one of the many people that is like, thank God this thing is over, right? And we're back to business as usual, right? And I say, well, not really. Let me explain. And I use this all the time. If you read my emails, you know that this subject line, let me explain, it's just such a great buffer. It's just such a beautiful transition. I learned it from Mark Hoverson, and it's awesome. It works so many times. It works as a beautiful buffer, because a lot of times people, when I first started writing copy, it was not attractive. It was just words that were garbled together. And it didn't flow, okay? So using things like let me explain, that's how you could get it to flow a little bit more, make it a little more conversational, because that's what we're looking for here, right? So, and then you'll also notice that I have little things like I've got a space here, I've got double spaces. So I'm double spacing, which I realize that my prospects, the people that are on my email list, I'm not the only list that they're subscribed to, right? So thinking that I would be just totally arrogant, and it's just not the case. I mean, most people that are on my email list are probably on lists of tons of other marketers, right? And they should be, because they want to learn stuff, right? So basically, I'm doing this. One of the reasons why this makes sense, not only for the flow of the email, but also because it makes me stand out a little bit from the crowd, right? I stand out if I'm doing things like this, using spaces and double spaces, and I've got this on here, this headline, which is basically just a screenshot of my blog headline. It's really simple to put this into your emails, and this is something I learned from Jordan Schultz. I want to give credit where credit's due throughout a lot of this. I mentioned Mark Hoverson. Jordan is the one that taught me how to do this, and I believe he has a course that he shows you how to do this. It's like a Aweber for maximum leverage, but it's a couple years old. If you know Jordan, or even if you don't know him, he's a really personable guy. You can go on to, you could probably ask him, since he created this a couple years ago, he'd probably give it to you for free. Don't quote me on that, but I learned this from him, and he's got a course where he shows you how to do it, but it's pretty simple. Okay, anyway. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, that's the great buffer that we're talking about. Recently got involved in a program that pays, okay, I noticed a little typo here. I should have said pays out $98 commissions each month. I said pays $98 out. Okay, here's a lesson for you. Proofread. Proofread your email before you send it out. Obviously, I didn't do that here, and because of that, I made a small mistake. Whatever. So it pays out $98 commissions each month for every person you have personally under you. Not bad, right? So again, I just inserted a little question here just to make it flow a little bit better, just to make it a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more conversational, right? And then I injected right here, if you're short on time, you can watch my new video about it when you click here. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best example of an email. It's still really good. The message is really good, and the lessons that I'm going to teach you are really good, and it is getting results already. So it's a good email, but I'm noticing a couple emails as a couple of errors and typos as I'm going through this. If you're short on time, you can watch my new video about it when you click here. Okay, and now this is just another thing. I really started doing this when I started paying close attention to David Wood, saying when you click here and then putting a link rather than saying, go here right now and then a space and then a big long link right here. Okay, so I just say click here and then this links out to the video, right? So I'm actually saying click here now, or when you go here and do this. It's being much more clear. You have to be really, really clear about the action that you want them to take. Even if it means saying click right here, having a strong call to action and saying, okay, now's the point where you click the link down below the video. It's going to look just like this. Click this link right here. You might seem like you're being a little over, that you're overdoing it a little bit, but people need that type of direction online, which is why you have to be able to direct people. If you want to get good at this stuff, you need to be able to give very clear instruction. You have to be good at communicating. You have to be very clear on what action you want your prospect to take. So, if you really think about it, how many people do you have to recruit into your network marketing business to make $98 per month, $10, $20? The fact is that most traditional network marketing companies are designed for the long term, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so this fan-freaking-tastic here, this brings up a point, which is you want to be, it's just another way to stand out from the crowd. Okay, use slang. We're being as conversational as possible here. So if you use slang in in the way that you normally talk, then do it as long as you're doing it tastefully, right? So it basically means don't be all like you communicate one way in a conversation with somebody over here, but then when you're writing, you're not being conversational and you're just spewing facts, and it doesn't work. Okay, so fan-freaking-tastic, teeny weeny, little like doohickey, and little play on words, like little ways of just tweaking words and making it a little bit more fun and interesting. Rule number one in writing effective sales copy: don't be boring. Okay, don't be boring. That's it. If you could just not be boring, and and you do that by throwing in little words like this and standing out from the crowd. That's how you be unboring, right? And it's a way to stand out from the crowd, because quite frankly, most people out there, it's boring. So people want to, doing things like this. Okay, I think you're following me here. Which is fan-freaking-tastic. Seriously, I love the idea of long-term residual cash flow, and I'll continue going after it. But if you want to create cash now, or create extra spending cash for Christmas or whatever, remember the subject line was Christmas money, ? Create extra spending cash for Christmas or whatever, your primary MLM, your primary MLM may not be the answer, at least not for the short-term cash. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? I'm kind of saying here that like your network marketing business is designed for the long term, and if you want to create some extra money right now, it doesn't mean that you have to stop doing your network marketing business or anything like that. But let me show you something that you can get started with that can put more upfront cash in your hands right now, so that you can use it for Christmas and whatever, right? So, at least not for the short term. Again, still with me. Again, just making it more conversational, keeping the flow going, right? Great. This program I'm talking about is something that can work hand in hand with your current business and help you build your MLM faster while easing the frustration of having to beg, chase, and convince your friends and family members to join your business. So there's a little pain that we're moving away from, easing that frustration. People are gonna take action with you because of the promise of easing some type of frustration, making something either less painful or more joyous. The promise that tomorrow is going to be better than today, right? That's why people buy. Okay, so easing the frustration from having to beg. I could even go a little bit deeper into this and maybe talk about, maybe even insert a story right here and say, I remember the time when when I was so embarrassed because I had to do that, and I got shut down, and my friend called me a jerk and said, "What are you doing?" One of those things. I could really twist the knife here a little bit and really hammer on the pain, but I don't do that in this one. But again, the purpose of this video is to teach you copy. So I'm kind of showing you some things that I could do even better. And it's tough to do something like this without really critiquing your own work and thinking how you can make it better. So at first, I just saw this thing as a way to make a little extra Christmas money. Getting back to the title, Christmas money, and I didn't see it as the massive residual income beast that it's starting to become. So we're really laying on the curiosity here, right? You see that? So I published a YouTube video yesterday where I explain what it is and how it works to produce daily cash flow. What does my reader want? The person that's reading this, what do they want? They want more daily cash flow and higher quality leads. My list is predominantly made up of network marketers who want to build their business. They want leads. They want training, right? So daily cash flow, and I made this bold and just had it pop, just ways of making it pop a little bit, and higher quality leads for your business along the way. Watch that video on YouTube right here. Okay, so just a little side note: YouTube is relatable, right? It's a brand that people can relate with. So it's a little bit more, makes them a little bit more comfortable to click on the link because they know where they're going. They're going to YouTube. Yeah, people understand YouTube. They like it. YouTube right here. And then this is another thing I learned from David Wood. Putting a couple words together in your link and then highlighting one part. Like italicizing this right here just to make it pop just a little bit more. Just maybe if that's the difference between one other person clicking on your link. I mean, that might be the person that goes and buys all your stuff and joins your business and creates a residual income empire for you. If you didn't do that one slight little tweak, it would have never happened, right? So just little tweaks just to make things just a little bit more enticing. If you have any questions after you've watched the video, so I'm a little bit of posture in here, feel free to answer any questions, but only after you've watched the video. Feel free to call me, but honestly, it's faster just to text me, and we can set up a time to chat. So that's posture as well. Just saying just saying that I don't, I'm not messing around here. I've got a business to run, and my time is very valuable. So might make more sense if after you watch the video, you text me and we schedule a time to chat. Which means that if I get that person on the phone, when I after they've texted me and we set up a time to chat, then I've really postured myself, and I have my chances of signing them up or having them take an action that leads with me making money, the higher those chances are, right? Okay, so talk soon, Adam. I've experimented. I've done Adam. I've done Adam Chandler, but I like this. Again, it's just a little bit more conversational. Makes it a little bit more personal. I'm just using my first name. I'm assuming that they know who I am, right? And then PS, I always use PS lines. I love using PS lines. If you're not using PS lines, you're wasting valuable opportunities. PS, have you heard about this new daily free silver giveaway? My company just started announcing that they're giving away free silver every day. It's super simple. just go to this website, again, being very clear with the action I want them to take, enter your info, and you'll be entered in a daily drawing to win some free silver. Good luck. And I say good luck because all they have to do is register, and they put their contact information on the site, and they're registered. So it's, there's a little bit of excitement and curiosity there as well. All right, and that's it. That's my copywriting training. Probably the first of many, because I really like this. I like doing these types of videos. I think it's a great way for other people, people on my team, people that are on my email list, to kind of look over my shoulder a little bit and kind of see what I'm doing to attract customers, to attract leads, and to build my business on a daily basis. So you're going to start seeing more of this type of content coming out from me, and again, I'm going to put a link, my Aweber link, to this exact email so that you can take a look at it, click the links if you'd like, and use it as an example. Hope you got a lot out of this little copywriting training, and we'll see you on the next video.